You have it in front of you?
Something like
I have.
scanned by.
The new ones you just printed. That's what you just printed.
Yeah.
this
You have a
thing.
copy?
So you
I
would
have one
have
for me.
to,
Okay,
Thank
you want
you.
one?
you have
Yeah.
to sign that.
Do we have enough otherwise?
Yeah, Kyle and Chief has one.
Okay. 332.
Okay, it's 3:32. I'm gonna call the meeting to order. Roll call, Kyle?
Here.
Brian is on digital or electronic. Brian, present?
President.
And Smith is present. Okay. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Open the first public input. Any public input on the first round? Nope. Seeing none, we're gonna move on to budget sheets. Chief, do you have to go anywhere?
No.
Do you wanna go? I can-
Nope.
Okay.
I'm good.
So we have the elections, which is supervisor to checklist. There was a change where we had to add in the audio system for elections and the food for all the election workers. So the new amount is 18,500. There's 3 elections this year. That's an increase of $12,000. Any discussion on this, Kyle? Or
Nope, makes sense in the pre-election.
do you want to add anything to that?
Nope, no, sir.
Straightforward? Okay, I'll motion to approve $12,550 for elections, which is supervisor of the checklist. Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Selectmen's office,
So
this
this,
is, go ahead, Matt.
yeah, we really worked hard to keep this almost flat. We were able to find a little bit of fat to trim to keep this to a 2.6% increase, which is, I'm proud of this budget. The big increases are computer maintenance, which this is still, I think we're gonna go over, but we have the technology ETF that we've created now, so I'm trying to limit, but the things are skyrocketing, so the cost of hosting the website has doubled. The cost of the Microsoft licenses has gone up, but also we've added licenses. We have a new assistant program director. We're getting, all of our systems are managed now to where, like, at one point the supervisor of the checklist just had their own laptops that weren't protected by our contract with Arbonne and stuff like that, so we're legitimate now, but that cost is high. We were able to find a little bit that we felt comfortable cutting off of health insurance to make up for some of that, and retirement, so overall it's a 2.6% increase.
So it's a total budget of $1,127,133. I just want to make for the record that this budget is where we have 2 part-time positions that used to be full-time. One is the finance person, and one is the building and zoning department. If those positions went back full-time and the employees took a family plan, we'd be, with the full-time wage, the retirement, this budget would be probably $125 to $150 higher. So we're sitting on $125,000 savings at a minimum by having those 2 part-time positions. Any questions, Kyle?
There's not.
Anything, Brian, while you're there?
Nope, that sounds good.
Okay, so I make a motion to approve $1,127,133. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded. Roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Okay, we're up to the police department. I have 2 of them. Do you want to, Chief, you got anything on this, or you?
No?
No? So it's primarily some wage increases, some reductions in part-time wages, some reductions in retirement health insurance, small increases on some training and conference and dues, investigative supplies, minor amounts, reduction in computer maintenance. You good with that, $25,000?
Increase.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
And I can tell you why in that.
It's a big jump.
yeah,
Part of it is the IMC Pro Suite.
okay,
The quote, the original quote
This is for the laptops in the?
No, this is for the software that the county uses,
Oh, right,
for the CAD.
correct.
Carroll County Sheriff's Department is in charge of dispatch, so they're going with IMC Pro Suite. And every agency that's attached to the county has to upgrade their system.
Right.
The more people that join, the cheaper it is for them. And if we don't join, we'll be going 12 steps back.
This is the 911 system,
Yes.
basically.
CAD talks to your report writing. Now, the only good part about it is we're ahead with the AI software. This is one of the quotes that was given to us, because each department received their own quote. And I just seen him last week, and it's even gonna be cheaper than this. The total quote's 24, he says it's gonna be cheaper than this.
Cheaper
And then
than-
he's working some other stuff out, so that's why it's a little bit high.
Okay, so we're budgeting an extra 25 now, but it could be less.
Yes, it could be less. And also, Armon, I finally got their stuff today. Their quote for their computer upgrade, and they want, our computers are 5 years old, and they're being leased now. And what they wanna do is just re-up the lease. And I just received this the other day.
And this is part of the computer maintenance line?
Yes, yes.
That's within the 70,000.
Yes, because originally computer maintenance is done monthly.
Right.
The only difference is the upgrade of the leasing of the computers.
Okay, so you're comfortable with 70,000 in the computer maintenance line?
It should be.
So, the new budget amount is $1,495,700, a $58,000 increase. A large portion of that is for the computer requirements for 911. There's really not much you can do here. You're only down one officer. Hopefully, we'll get that filled.
We're down that one position,
Right.
correct.
So your staffing is good.
Yes.
Any questions, Kyle?
I do not.
Brian, do you have any questions?
No, but something I thought about, I hadn't really talked to the chief about this, just as a matter of fact. When they are fully ramped up, the beginning of next year, when you have that, there's a statistic that shows when you have that 56 workday rotation with the 12 hours, all the municipalities have seen a decrease in overtime. Because of the way it falls for the patrolmen, you know, if they have 3 days in a row off and they only have to take one, as opposed to, you know, different shifts, you can end up having a decrease in overall overtime, which is something to look forward to.
Okay, that's a good point. Speaking of 12 hours,
100%.
are you implementing that?
It's gonna be implemented once Cole gets out of the academy,
Okay, when's that, December?
December, because
So
of the
figure-
on-call
so figure
status.
January or something.
Yes, because of the on-call status.
Okay,
And Kyle is right, not Kyle, Brian's right, because last year we budgeted 45,000 for overtime. We're at 32, that's with no officers. So I think the 12-hour shifts would definitely knock down overtime. There's gonna be very far and few between working them shifts with overtime.
okay. So I'll motion to approve $1,495,700. Do I have a second?
Second.
Kyle seconded. Roll call. Brian?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Smith is yes. This is police special duty pay. This is an in and out account. This is when you guys work details. We have to allocate the money through the budgeting process, but then we get reimbursed from the people who request the detail, which is a utility company, et cetera.
Do you the right one, Matt? It says 2025 and...
Yeah, it does say
Yeah,
2025
that's-
on it. That's a typo.
That's a typo, but it is, the number should be right. Good catch, I'll fix that.
So Chief, are you comfortable with the 42,200?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yep, as you can see, we had Spectrum come through, that was a lot. But again, you're getting that money back, goes to the offices, and the town's actually making money on the vehicles through the admin fee.
So we expended, it says 55,000 year to date,
Yes.
but that was because this was a big build out year with the
Yes,
fiber, so
correct.
exceptionally high details.
Very high,
And that's gone.
yep. But everything there, that 55,000 has been, up to this date, the town has received that back.
Right. Yep. So any questions, Kyle, on that, or
I do not.
Brian?
No, No
No.
question.
Okay, so I'll motion to approve 42,200 for the police department special duty pay. Do I have a second? Brian seconded, roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Dog officer, chief.
I just added an extra $1,000. Matt and I have been talking. It's very tough to find somebody part-time to answer these hours for animal calls. We have a few, and so what I'm thinking is maybe offer them a little bit more money. It has been working well since we gave her a monthly stipend. It's very tough. I've talked to numerous people, they just don't want to work part-time. So, as you can see, it's, for a while, we didn't have anybody. It was just the offices related dealing with these calls. So we really didn't spend much, and I think if we can up the stipend per month, we might be able to get a little bit more response.
When did the monthly stipend start?
3 months ago?
So she going to a 1099, is that what it is? Because this removed FICA and Medicare from the budget.
Yeah, this would be a contract.
So it's a contract of 1099?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why it's gonna be a flat, removing those payroll costs.
Just like the prosecutor.
Okay, all right, yep. So it's 13,000, it's actually a reduction of $1,450 due to, even with the increase, but because of the payroll costs.
Correct.
But the Humane Society has been removed too. Are we not gonna,
I wonder
anything?
why is that? That shouldn't have been.
Yeah, I'm gonna recommend the board add that back in and change
Yes.
the total
Yeah,
to
'cause I-
14,500.
Right, yeah, so we're still at 14.5, the only reduction is the FICA and Medicare.
Correct. That's
14,000, I figured that wasn't right. 14, so it'll be 14,500. So,
Almost level.
yep, so it's level funded in essence. I make a motion to approve 14,500 for the dog officer.
Second.
Any more discussion on that? No? Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Okay. Insurance, this is Primex insurance, correct? This is our general
Yes.
liability?
Yes,
That's increase of 20,575 for a total of 196. Obviously, it's just normal insurance increases.
Mhm.
Not much we can do about it.
Mhm.
You got any questions on that, Colin?
I do not.
Brian, any questions on the Primex insurance?
No, not at all.
So I'll motion to approve $196,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded, roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Okay, ambulance. This is a multi-year contract. You share with how many towns?
6 towns are in it total with us.
6 towns. You guys just had the ambulance meeting. You want to just give us a quick, what outcome from it?
Yeah, we were just there on Wednesday night. Or was it Tuesday? Tuesday night, excuse me, Tuesday. There were some good things that I heard compared to the previous meeting. A lot of stuff was rehashed over again because there was a new, Madison had a new select person that hadn't attended before, who had a lot of the same questions that we all had the previous meeting. But basically, the good news is the change in the law that's coming up as far as insurance-wise. Our company, Action, was not billing a lot of insurance companies, and we've talked about that in these meetings before, about worrying about residents getting caught with big bills unexpectedly because they weren't able to bill insurance. But now there's going to be a new state law effective January 1st where they have to bill insurances. So I think that's going to help out our population.
They
in
have to
town.
have, sorry to interrupt you, but they have to have contracts in place ahead of time with approved, negotiated, or state approved and with oversight rates that are gonna be probably less than their current rates.
And this eliminates the surprise bills that people.
Right, when what was happening, a lot of times, the reason they didn't go after the insurance contracts in the past was they would only get a Medicaid rate, which
Right.
was a lot of times way below their cost. And they're talking about getting somewhere around 3 times the
That's what I
Medicaid
got.
rate is what they're kind of hoping to negotiate with each of these companies. But they did say up front they know they're going to lose money on this law change. But it will help our population quite a bit.
Hopefully it doesn't push them out of business. Just to provide a municipal service will be, instead of 464,000, it'll be $1 million plus. It'll be like staffing a police department or fire department for 24/7 coverage, so we'll see.
I believe I heard the number $40,000 to $50,000 annually decrease in projected revenue because of the law.
Yeah. For Action Ambulance, you mean?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
Yeah.
no way to forecast what the new billing this might generate, so it's almost a wash if you were to ask me personally.
Yep. So there's a built-in 3% increase going forward every year in the contract, so it's up 15,423 for 464, 423 is the final. I'll motion to approve that. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any more discussion on that? Seeing none, roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. All right. You wanna do water and sewer first, get it out of the way before we go into warrant articles or revenues?
It's up to you.
Yeah, it's
Should, I should change that order going forward, because it's part of the operating budget.
Yeah, that's all right. So, water department first, DJ?
Yep, so water has a $19,000 increase.
Yep,
Unfortunately, we have gone the past 5 years with very little increases. This year, we're gonna have to raise rates. It's just like everybody's cable bill, electrical bill. Everything costs more. Our chemicals are way more. A pump that was 4,000 is 7,000 now. To clean the lagoons, it's gone up. Everything to do with water is expensive. We're gonna increase it 10%, the rates, and that's about an 8% increase, so that will give us a little bit, especially if we can get through the year. It's such a hard thing with water, because if you have 2 water breaks, you can probably put some in the capital reserve, but if you have 10, you're not gonna put any. So this is a hard one. I wanna have we went up to 70,000 on maintenance, which is for water leaks and maintenance of the system. You never know, but this year we're gonna be pretty close, because there's a couple more on top of that there. And it's not getting any cheaper to fix a water leak, so.
nope, and, these systems have to be self-funding. They
Yep.
can't be funded by general taxation, it has to be funded by the users, so if we don't start planning for the future with putting additional funds away, these systems are gonna get caught with their pants down, for lack of a better term.
There's a few things now that need to be fixed, but it's just not in the budget to do it. So this will help with that when we get toward the end of the year. That's how I've started doing this department is Jimmy and Tracy try to get to the end of the year with no water breaks. And if we have a surplus, we'll fix the things that need to be fixed, like different, power switches, pumps, injection of chemicals.
We've had quite a few breaks this year, and this system's from the 70s, I
Yeah.
think. So
We had
it's-
one, we're up to 46 hours of not running a pump, and we were down to like 19 or 20. So that shows you how much water we were losing on those 2 breaks, so.
So tied in with this budget, but the selectmen, we're gonna have to adjust, based on your recommendations to run the system in the long run, the fees
Yep.
at some point at a meeting in the future.
And it will be base rate and usage, so it's gonna be 10% overall, which on an ordinary bill is 10% of the
And
bill. so
I
it
also
would be
wanna add, this budget, actually, that full-time position was fully funded by water in the past, that we eliminated? We eliminated one full-time position.
Well, back then, they were just doing everything 60/40, so you
Right.
couldn't really,
No, I know, they weren't managing it properly, but we eliminated the full-time position. In other words, we're as lean as we can get. We run the whole system with 2 people. And you can't go down to 1 person, it's just
No, and
impossible.
that was a superintendent level
well,
position.
that's what we eliminated. We still have 2 people, but we
Right.
eliminated that
Right,
superintendent.
superintendent position, correct.
And how many people in town are on that system again right now?
363, I believe it was. And some of them aren't on water, they're just on sewer or vice versa,
Yep.
so.
So, I'll motion to approve for the water department, 266,955. Do I have a second?
Second,
Brian seconded. Any more discussion on this?
it was 363 homes, not people, right?
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah, sorry,
Yep,
homes.
correct. So, roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. So the sewer is the same thing.
Same exact thing.
Yeah.
This one, you'd think sewer is cheaper, but it's not. This one needs to start going up because the ratepayers in, well, we talked about it, 29?
Oh, 2030.
2030, if
Yeah.
we don't start going up now and putting some away,
Yeah,
they're gonna be hit with a huge increase when they shut the lagoons down. So DES is shutting lagoons down.
right.
in the state of New Hampshire and going to a treatment facility. Well, a treatment facility pretty much starts with a 2 and then has a lot of zeros behind it. So it's huge money, we're not gonna do that. But we offset our cost with the revenue from haulers. And unfortunately, it's gonna affect everybody in the town of Ossipee, because it's not, and Effingham and
Yep.
Freedom and everywhere, because now instead of the truck coming to pump your septic to your house going to Ossipee, it's gotta go to either North Conway or down south, so it's,
So private septic companies are gonna raise their rates to account for that.
so I figured for the ratepayers, if we increase a little bit, put some away, instead of having a 50% increase all at once, this is the way that we should be doing it, because we're gonna see an increase in 2030.
Yep, so just for a little more background, we talked about it previously in these meetings. We went to Concord, you, Matt, myself, Senator McConkey, met with the DES commissioner and several other people, and we talked about this, what are their options? And there really aren't any other options. I mean, it's coming, it's gonna get shut down by 2030, that revenue's gonna be gone, and it's just the reality of it. It's due to environmental standards on PFAS, et cetera. So right now, our wells are pretty good, but they're like, we could be one test away from, and with the standards getting tighter, it's a liability. Basically, it said it's a liability.
The thing that's helped us is we've switched over to the bar racks.
Right.
We're cleaning our lagoons more, we're not getting those PFAS. There's not as many plastics going into it.
Right.
Because we're getting it out before it comes out of the truck.
But what's in there already is in there and it doesn't go anywhere.
So this is
So,
pretty much level funding except for equipment maintenance and infrastructure maintenance, raising 10,000 each, it looks like.
Yeah, the infrastructure maintenance is cleaning the lagoons, and pretty soon we're gonna have to do a leach bed, so. Those were, when I started, they were like 21,000, 25,000, now they're 70, so. It's gotta go up.
so I'll motion to approve 293, 630. Do I have a second? Kyle seconded, roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Let's just go right into warrant articles first. So the first one is add to library CRF, we talked about that with the library for 10,000, we beat that one up pretty good. Paving, 600,000 again, you wanna just hit on that?
I can, I'm not gonna, this year, I'm not gonna ever sit here again and tell you which roads we're gonna do, because I don't know what winter's gonna do. We could hook in on a road and tear up half of it. We are looking at Elm Street and Sawyer Road, possibly Newman Drew Road. Newman Drew Road depends greatly on how much we have in the bridge maintenance fund to replace that bridge. But that 600,000 this year, I don't know if anyone see it, but everybody that has called me about Deer Cove Granite, we've got, John read a letter last time from
Yep.
Deer Cove, to Granite. Old Route 28, when that was done, it was done right. There's a lot of pavement there, good base, good binder on the bottom, then a top. And we were able to work a deal with the paving company to get a gravel machine to back our shoulders. It was satisfying to go that far and do that much work, and 600,000 still, you would think it doesn't get you that far, but it got us where we need to be back on track, so eventually maybe we can take a year off from paving. We'll see.
That'll be
But we
good.
gotta go a few more years before we do that.
Government building ETF,
We've talked about this for 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
We don't do something, it's not gonna be a
so
good situation.
we threw this around for the last couple of years, I think before you were elected, but even with TJ. So we're looking to put 100,000 into it, this is for general facility maintenance, so one of the things is the lobby is in destitute shape down there, it looks terrible, we get complaints from people. The stairs out front here are crumbling, they've been repaired numerous times, they need to be replaced. The repairs don't last, I mean, how many times have you guys fixed
Yeah, we
that?
fixed it 3 times since I've been here. Electrical and plumbing is huge.
Bathroom renovation, which is part of the lobby, I mean, there's electrical and plumbing issues in this, we just gotta start putting money away for all these things. And,
How many buildings do we now currently own in town?
12.
yeah.
12.
This has been a long time, I mean, this thing, the siding keeps falling off, because it was never done right, how many years ago, 20 years ago, whatever it was. There's just a cascading effect of not putting enough money aside, and we gotta start doing it, just like the bridge ETF, which we're gonna hit on next. Let me go back and, let me start making motions on these things, otherwise I'm gonna have to go back. So I'm gonna go back to the library CRF at a request for 10,000, I'll make a motion to approve that.
Second.
Roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Paving, 600,000 for the reasons we just discussed. I'll make a motion to approve that. Kyle, roll call, Kyle.
Oh, you need a second first.
I'm sorry, second.
Second.
I'm getting ahead of myself.
Okay.
Kyle seconded,
Yes on my vote.
and yes on the roll call. Brian, you a yes? On paving?
Yeah, I am. I sometimes I do wonder if this and the next one we're going to talk about, if it's enough. When we're talking about playing catch up and everything going up 5 to 10%. But I mean, I lean on TJ on that.
And we already did double it from 300,000 last year, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
It's just, it's a hard pill to swallow to go up even more. People are
100%.
already struggling, so.
This year was like perfect with what we put out. We ended up with 533,000 for the paving. Left us with the remainder to do our backing of the shoulders. I might be able to put line striping on it with that CRF. I mean with that, CRF and the warrant article. But if you get real tight to it, you don't have enough money to do the stuff you need to do to the paving. So now I know a distance we can go, because this year was perfect. Like Brian said, it goes up. Next year you're gonna get a little bit shorter. That's just the way it goes, and then we'll eventually have to go up again. Unless something happens.
Teach, wasn't there a part of this where you were doing it this amount where they came in once and there was like a net savings because of this increased amount?
Yeah,
that we
so,
did?
yes, Brian, you're right. So we were ending up, our per ton price was much lower because we went to 600,000.
Right.
We're at 300, they don't wanna come to town for 300,000 because they can lay it in half a day, and we were much better this year, like a lot less than the first year I started, so it's,
Do we know what the next step would be to get a better price again, to get, if we went up to a certain amount?
it's not like a step, it's a percentage as you go. So the more you wanna get a lower per ton price, you've gotta go up higher, with the company that we've been using anyway. But we were able to get a bid back, proposal back from one of the companies that never looked at us before because we have 600,000, so that gave us a lot more competitive pricing too, because face it, the Continental Pike, they're not gonna mess with us for 300,000. 600 they will.
Yeah.
Take that state money first.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go on to, because we already discussed this, the government building ETF for
I don't think
100,000.
Brian registered a vote for the roll call, did he?
Did,
No, if you're good with 600, then
I thought he did. Okay,
no, I didn't. But
okay, I'm sorry, we were in discussion phase then, so,
600's good. I just wanted to entertain if there was another notch up.
okay, I'm sorry.
But it's fine. But
All right.
TJ said we're good with 6, so I vote yes.
Okay, thank you. Government building ETF for all the reasons we just discussed at 100,000. I'm just going back to the vote.
Second.
Yeah, make that motion. Kyle seconded. Roll call, Kyle.
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Okay, next one, which we haven't discussed yet, was the bridge replacement ETF.
What about the highway equipment?
I'm sorry, yep. Highway equipment CRF for 200,000. TJ, this is the standard 10-year plan?
Yeah, I think, I haven't heard anybody complain about how we're doing that.
No.
That's, the taxpayer sees the same amount every year, and when we have a big purchase, they don't see any increase, and when we have a small purchase, we just keep it in the ETF. So I think that's working, Mac, it's been
Did that-
working right
Yeah,
on.
we're on
Did that 10-wheeler come out of that this year?
Yep, yep. So that was the only year that it went up, because we said that right from the get-go, 4 or 5 years ago, that the 10-wheeler year, it was gonna go to 280, then back down to 200, we're back down to 200 again. This year, we're gonna buy a chipper, so there's gonna be quite a bit left over in there, because the chipper's 70,000-80,000. Then the chipper we have now, I believe, is an 88, so it's time. Then the next year, we're gonna buy a truck, we won't have to ask the town for any more, it's gonna be the 200,000, and then it's a flat rate.
Okay, a motion to approve the 200,000 for the highway equipment CRF. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded. Any more discussion on that? No? Roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Okay, now I'm on to the bridge ETF. Getting ahead of myself. So we beat this up last year too. We've increased it. Last time meeting was 100.
Yep, there's 2 bridges.
Right.
Granite Road, that we've had Mitchie Corp here, there's been a lot of talk everywhere that we paved over it. Well, the way that bridge is gonna work is they're gonna cut on each side of it, they're gonna redeck it, and it's gonna match the pavement, so it doesn't matter if there's new pavement there or not. It's
Right.
gonna- You're gonna drive over a concrete deck like you do on everything until they pave it again. That one, we don't need to replace the abutments, we're gonna fix one wing wall, redeck it, it's gonna have new modern guardrails on it that are MUTCD approved, and then the one on Newman Drew Road has gotta be replaced, and that's a box culvert, it is a bridge, cause it's such a span. But we can pretty much crane that in with Mitchie Corp, put it in, and we're done, so.
So 100,000 is gonna give us, build that reserve up a little bit.
But it's not gonna do those two, we're gonna have
No.
to pick one and.
Right. Yep, so it's technically not even enough for what we have
The
planned.
bridges are,
I know it, I know.
$100,000 doesn't pay for the guardrails on a bridge, but.
No. Anyway, I'll motion to approve the 100,000 for the bridge ETF. Do I have a second?
Second.
Any more discussion on it? Seeing none. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Next one is benefit pay ETF, 20,000. That's the standard. This is when someone retires to pay out their time that's contractually required. I think we did 20,000 last year.
It's been
Been
20
20,000.
for several years, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll motion to approve the 20,000 for the benefit pay ETF. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Next one is pave the police station parking lot for 80,000. You wanna hit on that?
Yeah, so I've been talking with the chief, he has cruisers now, there's 4 of them that aren't ideal, but they still run. He's gonna have one spare, and we, instead of, the chief wanted to ask the taxpayer to, instead of buying another cruiser this year, we could get his driveway paved. We hooked in paving, plowing last year, ripped up some of it. It's a new building, would like to pave that in, and he's thinking about an impound lot down the future. If we don't have it paved before the impound lot, we're gonna be paving around a fence, which is gonna make the cost go up. We get that all sealed in, it's gonna be easier to pave, plow, it's gonna be better for him. He's not asking for a cruiser this year, he wants to do this, which is the same amount, 80,000. And, that will just seal that building in and make it look a lot better, make it a lot easier to take care of, and make it better for the officers.
How far back is the paving gonna
We'll go
go?
right to the woods.
All the way to the
Yep.
woods? So they're gonna,
Because-
who's gonna pull out all the dirt and everything that's there?
We are, we're gonna
Highway department?
windrow it up, and the problem right now is, the chief's seen it, when you salt the driveway, you have to, because everybody goes there, the officers, the public. That whole parking lot pitches down to that dirt, well, all that salt runs down there, and that dirt is like mud all winter.
Right.
No matter if it's 10 degrees, it's mud, so we're gonna continue that down and let it run off the pavement, so we're not plowing anything that's mud.
You got anything? You good with that, chief?
Yes.
Anything, Kyle?
No, I think it's a good compromise, if we're not buying a cruiser.
Brian, you got anything on it, or you good?
Yeah, I mean, if we still need, do we still need a cruiser? I agree with the paving, but
He has enough he has enough cruisers for everybody in plus one. The reason that and I agree with him, that he doesn't like that there's 3, right? 4 you don't like,
Correct.
is because the ground clearance is very low. There's nothing wrong with them, it's just we've had to do a lot of work to them, because
Yes.
They get smashed
pull,
up in the
turn
back.
around on a car, low shoulders, anything, we've done a lot of work. Do I think we can get by a year? That's up to him.
I think we can, especially with all these 3 new officers. I don't feel comfortable issuing them a brand new vehicle right away. I think it takes time to build up their driving skills. So again, I think we can bypass it. Yes, ultimately, it would be nice to have another Tahoe. As you can see, they're well worth it, don't you think?
Oh, is that directed at me?
Yes. So
I do.
I think we
I'll
can.
agree with you.
Thank you. I think we can wait that extra year.
A year will be here before you know it. We'll be doing this budget again.
So
before we
again,
know it.
it's true. And I
Let
think
the record show that Dallas is in favor of this.
And I was always in favor of it, I just wanted them to switch to 5 years rather than every 3.
Yeah.
And that was my only issue.
Yeah.
But other than that, I think the Tahoes will last more than the 5 years,
Yes.
personally.
Absolutely.
So I think that's a great idea.
And again, I'm gonna go back to TJ. It's, the plowing was very difficult last year.
Yeah,
It ended up having a huge hole out front, and we put a barrel in, and then,
Yeah, I remember
yeah.
that, yeah.
Again, I'm thankful that what we have, but we need to keep it up, too.
Okay, I'll motion to approve $80,000 to pave the police station parking lot. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Kyle. Any more discussion? Seeing none, roll call. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Next one is the rec ETF for $20,000. Do you want to hit on
What we've
that?
done.
It's the same
every year,
thing,
yeah.
it's just for small improvements.
Yep.
And anything the town has for it, it's not a big amount. And we've been using it for small projects. But you're doing the ball fields or something, aren't you?
Well, no, we got, ball fields we're doing something different there, but out here, remember we talked about doing some
Oh,
stuff out
right.
here?
Yeah.
We wanted to do it by October 1st, but we got tied up with the Deer Run Trail and
Yeah.
just, they gotta work on roads sometimes, so,
Right. Yeah.
this year, we're gonna try to do that. That'll be a decent winter project to get that set up and designed with everybody and get that out there fixed, so.
Okay. So I'll motion to approve $20,000 for the rec ETF. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded. Any more discussion? No. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Technology ETF for $20,000. Matt?
Been doing this, well, this is actually on the second year, but our server is out of warranty. I'm hoping to run it at least another year or two, but if it has a cyber issue or stops, it malfunctions, it's like a $40,000 project to replace it. So I think we need to be prepared, but then we need to also be fiscally prudent and not pull the trigger until we really need to. So I can see at least probably through 2027, it should function. But if it doesn't, we need the ETF to be able to fund it. And we've gone over our 5-year renewal period for some computers. Same thing, I'm gonna try to push it another year or two. They're out of warranty, but if we have the money in here, then I'll know we don't have to spend it, but
Right.
it's there, so we can push the envelope a little bit on our hardware.
Yeah. If we're not prepared and it breaks, then we're gonna,
Yep.
so at least we have the money set aside, so we can extend it out to use. If it
Exactly.
breaks, we have the money to fix it.
So much better than just doing the flat-out warrant article to expend it. This is just, we're
Right.
prepared.
It's an insurance
And we
policy.
won't spend it if we don't have to.
That's good. Anything, Kyle?
No.
Brian, anything on that?
No.
So I'll motion to approve $20,000 for the technology ETF.
Second.
Kyle seconded, roll call. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Reval ETF, this is the standard, 60,000. Again, we have to reval by state law at least every 5 years or sooner if the numbers get within a certain percentage. And I don't know where we are right now, but this is,
So we have an expected cost of around $300,000 for that process?
Yeah, what was the contract?
200.
200.
200,
Yeah.
but we're trying to budget so that if it was on the earlier end, a lot of towns, including us, haven't been making it 5 years.
No, the last
So-
two at 4 years.
Yeah, so we're trying to hedge our bets a little bit there.
So, any more discussion on this, Brian or Kyle? So I'll motion to approve the reval ETF for 60,000. Do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded, roll call. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. TJ, new building and zoning department truck for 45,000. Give the backstory on that.
Yeah, so in the past, the building and zoning department has had a vehicle that was either hand-me-down from the police department or the highway department. The first one when I got here was a Tahoe that no way, shape, or form should have been driving around. It was like rotted out. Well, this truck's getting there. It's got a misfire. I'd say it's got a bad cylinder in it. I've rode with John and he's told before that it's got a hitch to it, like it's misfiring. The mechanic looked through it and was like, I'm not even spraying it anymore because it's just rotted. The fenders are rotting off. I think that this department gets a new truck. We spray it with the stuff that we have. This is going to last for years. Like, we also don't have the ideal vehicles that we give them. We give them a half-ton with a V8. Like, you could have a 4-cylinder. You're just driving around. We were going to take a cruiser from the chief and replace it, but really don't want to give the zoning department a vehicle with 3 inches of ground clearance because they're going into work sites. You can't do it. We're just going to be fixing it all the time. So we're going to get a small pickup truck, not even a half-ton. It's like a quarter ton or whatever they are. 4-cylinder. This is a hard department that I can't just say, take the 1 ton, because you don't want to be pulling up to someone's house with a highway vehicle. They're not going to know what you're doing. So
Talk
you
about
need
a waste of gas, driving
and
around
you-
1 ton, you
you
It'll
need
have to
a-
be lettered up as well. like
yeah,
they
you
must
need you need something that they know that it's the zoning department coming. So
Any other discussion on that? No. Brian?
No.
Okay, a motion to approve 45,000 to buy a truck for the building zoning department.
Second.
Kyle seconds, roll call, Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. So total amount of warrant articles is 1,255,000, which I think is down from last year.
It is by 200,000-ish.
It's about 200,000 less than last year.
How can I add something to that?
Sure.
The,
Yeah, the cruiser's a good start.
what'd he say?
What'd you say, Brian?
I said, he said, how can I add to that? And I said the cruiser would be a good start.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I have something more important to satisfy the needs of some of these citizens of Ossipee. Is I finally got the approval, the quote from Axon. I'm looking at body cameras, technology. I mean, this agency is in the dark ages with technology, but also part of this is body cameras, new tasers. My taser I'm carrying is over 10 years old because I don't need a brand new one. It's the new Taser 10. There's also VI in this, some training stuff. And part of this new quote is a new drone that has infrared. We have a drone, it doesn't work. Every time we put it up, we can't see anything. We see trees. This infrared. So the whole thing, I think, don't quote me right now because on the old one, it's a 5-year plan. It's 60-something thousand a year for 5 years. So that's what I would like to come up and have the citizens take a good look at this. So that's what I'm saying about adding something.
So you're looking for a warrant article for cameras?
Yes, through Axon. Cameras and new tasers.
Does the board have any opinion on that?
I think it's an expensive purchase and an ongoing one.
Very.
At that. But I feel like it would, in order for the citizens to vote on this with some knowledge, I guess my question would be, how would you put the information out to explain to them what this warrant article represents and why it's needed?
Myself or an Axon rep could come and talk to them, or to anybody at that matter. I think it's, a lot of people say if it didn't happen, it's not on video. Do I, like John asked me, do I believe in body cameras? At times, I think they're helpful, and it proves the officer most of the time that it happened this way, not the other way. And also, it goes back to use of force. You draw your taser, it turns the camera on. Our patrol vehicles don't even have in-car cameras for traffic stops. That's like 40-year technology.
How much would that be with cruiser?
Well, actually, you just use your body camera.
Oh,
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
right.
It's centered, and again, it comes with training, new policies, on my end, and I think it would, liability-wise, I think it protects the town more. We wouldn't be getting involved in a lot of these issues that, hey, he said, she said stuff.
But it's 60,000 every year.
60,000 a year for
For
5 years.
5 years, but then it starts all over again.
Yep.
And if 5 years, it'll probably be 70,000
Very well
every
put.
year for 5 years.
Get you some GoPros on Amazon for.
Even you do that, the
It's-
storage
it's-
is outrageous. The cameras are only, what, $800 a piece? It's everything else that's tied into it.
John,
Go ahead, TJ.
Chief, do you know if there's an escape clause? Because with a warrant article, I know in the past because of for equipment,
Yeah,
if there's no escape clause, you probably want to put that in your general operating budget because a warrant article, you have to have an
Right.
escape clause. Everything I've ever bought, the grader, if the
Yep.
town didn't vote it in, they'd have to take it.
right.
So if there's no escape clause, you really,
TJ's right on that. Because this is an ongoing 5-year contract, yeah, that's a good point.
Because it could be voted in this year, and then
And
next
not-
year
not-
people
not
could
to
say no,
happen.
and then what do you do at that point, right?
Well, again, it's something that I think this board needs to, if that's something they want to come up with, or
Well,
it's there.
Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead, Brian.
Sorry. Yeah, when you look at departments that have gone with these body cameras, you'll find 0 that have wished they didn't and withdrawn the process. it's only helping the whole town, the whole community as a whole, all of public safety. It's really like it's going to become a gold standard here sooner rather than later.
100%.
I certainly support it.
How many other towns in the area use body cams?
We're in there very, very few. Most of them have them.
Does Conway have it? I'm just curious. 'Cause
Yes.
They're big. Wolfboro?
Yes,
State police.
yes.
State police?
And this new system, like I was
Sheriffs?
telling Kyle.
Sheriffs?
No.
I don't think sheriffs
No.
does, no.
If he's on a traffic stop and I go up to him, my camera turns on automatically. You show up, your camera turns on. So it's
How does it turn
technology.
on, or how does it know that?
I don't know.
The lights, like when you turn the blue lights on, they come on.
Yes, everything, it's some type of sync mechanism. It's big technology, and I think that if we don't do it now, it could become mandate, through the state.
So something like this, you could do it through a warrant article. I mean, here's the issue is, put it through the warrant article, people want it, and then next year, if they pass it, you put it into the operating budget, but again, the operating budget could be cut
Good.
the following year, and then,
Then what do you do?
well, that's what I'm getting at, you would lose you would lose your, I mean, this is a contract, is there any out?
Yes.
What if the money's not appropriated, that's what what happens? Oh, yeah, no?
I don't know, it's a pretty extensive contract.
The
Might have
legal
to
opinion we
look into
got,
that part.
Yeah.
the legal opinion we got with the grader was that had an escape clause.
Right.
The roll did not. They said to put it in your general operating budget.
Right, so,
Depends on the
I
contract.
think.
But like even John said, say if you put 70,000 in the budget next year, it doesn't pass,
Right.
then what do you do? How you getting out of that?
You have leeway of paying for it by cutting other line items. When it's a warrant article, it just doesn't happen.
Yeah, but
That's what we
70,000
got.
is a huge, or 60,000 at this point. That's a huge chunk of money
It
to
is.
find if it's cut at town meeting
Yep.
in the future,
Yep.
which every budget could be.
100%.
I think I think we're gonna leave what we voted on until you get, we have plenty of time in the budget process between now.
Yes. But it's something that I want to put out there now.
I think you
Yeah.
need to get that answer with the 5-year. Is
Yep.
there an out if the budget gets cut?
And actually, I think I even sent.
I'm wondering, is there another mechanism, like the way you presented it to begin with was using the warrant article process to figure out if people in town are for it or against this? Is there another way to solicit that information from our residents in town before we go to the warrant article process?
See,
I mean, we did it last year with the rec position. The selectmen didn't wanna fund it, but we said, let's let the townspeople vote, and the townspeople voted it, passed it at town meeting last year, and then it's back in the budget this year as a normal operating. But granted, if they cut that out at town meeting, that position could be cut. I mean, that's the risk with anything, every year, you know?
Chief, it's probably formally called the non-appropriations clause if you're scanning.
Well, it says here to see if the town will vote to authorize the Board of Selectmen to enter into a 5-year agreement with Axon for the purchase of implementation of 10 body-worn cameras, 10 tasers, including associated hardware software. So there's a huge agreement. So it's
All right,
too
so
much
we're
to go
gonna,
through right
we're gonna,
now.
you're gonna have to dig through that with Matt at some, try to figure this out, and then we can, at a future meeting, again, we got plenty of time in the budget process.
If you have that in PDF and you want to email it to me, I can try to scan it and look for those key phrases.
All right?
I'm good with that.
Yeah, very good. Okay, so that's the end of the warrant articles. Revenues, Matt, you wanna hit on them?
Best guess as always.
Right.
Just used logic based on this year's numbers.
Yep, based on this year's revenues year-to-date, if you're forecasting a small increase in growth in revenues from 3,853, 585 to 3,977 even.
The only thing is, I had a placeholder in there for water and sewer because those budget sheets weren't quite done yet. If you give me 2 minutes, I can update it with the actual numbers and then the total will be accurate.
Yeah, well,
Just curious why we expect land use change taxes to go up so much, from 4,000 to
I'll
100,000.
have to have Matt explain how he came up with that. I think we actually did close to 100 this past year. I think I had him check that.
Okay.
Yeah. with all the real estate transactions, the subdivisions, people selling off lots, they get hit with that 10% penalty every time of tax.
That's exactly right.
That's what we've done. Again, this is just a guess.
So the first category of the 2005 is what we estimated it would be back then,
Yep.
but it's actually far exceeded that.
Correct.
Okay, yeah, I get it.
And we deal with this at the county budget with Registrar of Deeds estimating how much they bring in through real estate transactions, and it's been through the roof, but now it's coming down, so you just don't know.
Right.
So we'll just give it a minute for Matt on that.
That's why it's nice meeting up here. Like, I wouldn't be able to just do this.
Well, we're on just in revenue, so we did the transfer station budget a couple weeks ago. That budget still is only covered half by, I think, revenue. It comes in through fees, roughly, about half of it. The other half is subsidized by general taxation, which we've changed over a few years where we've increased those revenues, but in my opinion, long-term, we have to go up. That should be a user fee. Okay, so do you want to hit on these, man, or?
They're just exactly the same revenue to offset the budget of water and sewer, the enterprise system, so you have to match the appropriations with the revenue.
So revenue projection is $4,012,585 with the water and sewer corrections that Matt just did. So I'll motion to approve that. Do I have a second?
Second.
Kyle seconded. Any more discussion on it? Brian, you got any more on it? All those in favor? I'm sorry, roll call. Kyle?
Aye, yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. You gotta do the roll call vote in case you don't know, because Brian's electronically. That's why we're doing that. That's it for the budget sheets, right? We got them all? We just got a couple of red folder documents. Yeah, just meeting minutes. I got meeting minutes for Selectmen's Monday, October 20th, 2025. A motion to approve these.
Second.
Kyle seconded. Roll call, Kyle.
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. I have the MS 535. This is required for DRA reporting. This is just all the expenditures. This is a budgetary.
It's the DRA form for the audit.
Yeah.
So the auditors have prepared this and
So,
approving it from the auditor.
I'll motion to approve this. Do I have a second?
Second.
Kyle seconded. Roll call, Kyle.
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is
I have that
yes.
from you, please?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Do you know what this is in here for? Any idea?
No.
I don't know why this is in there, but it's really not for us.
Okay.
We have, so you had this email in front of you? This is an email from, it's basically our assessor working with 911. So I'm gonna read, due to a new subdivision on Doors Corner Road, they need to conduct a readdressing project. 911 basically recommends that we readdress 44 addresses due to the subdivision. Can we get by with 4 changes? I guess yes, but long-term fix, do it once, do it right. They're saying do these 44 over. It'll manage this subdivision and any other future subdivisions that may come on Doors Corner Road.
So everyone who lives on this road would have a new address?
They'd have a new number, yeah.
New number,
Yeah.
wow.
Like on my road, the numbers roll out of whack because it was never done right way back. I mean, I get UPS, they drive by and 65, all the numbers are all over the place because it wasn't, I think this is trying to address it. Do it once, people are gonna have an inconvenience with changing their driver's license and however their bills are, I mean, it's just, it's gonna be a nuisance, but this is what happens when a town is growing and land gets subdivided and new addresses are created. This is the process. I don't know of any other easier way to do it. There really isn't. So 911 recommends it. Do you have any questions on it, or?
I could see how incredibly inconvenient this would be for people.
Oh, yeah, no, I get it, but it's the process to have.
But it also could keep them safer, because 911 will be able to find them
Well,
easier.
like I said, on my street, the numbers are all out of whack and it's a mess. And this is trying to fix it. We could go the easy way and just do 4, but it's not gonna fix the underlying problem in the long run. It's gonna create a bigger problem. So, there's nothing for us to sign, it's just the assessing clerk wants to know that the board supports going forth with the 911 recommendation. Brian, do you have any questions? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I don't understand, so what would the disadvantage to doing just 4?
Because it's not gonna fix it long-term, it's just gonna fix it now.
So they're gonna continue to develop out there?
Yes, there's other lots that will be subdivided, it's gonna fix this in the long run. This is what 911's recommendation is.
Yeah, no, I guess I don't have any questions. Have we heard from any of those people specific that would be affected?
No, we're not gonna be, because this is gonna be done through the assessing office and 911.
So they don't even know this is potentially going to
No,
happen.
no, but again, I mean, again, this is, someone's gonna complain, but our job is to manage the town regardless of the pain. That's just the way it is. I mean, everything's not easy. Sometimes the hard decisions are hard and it's the right one. And if 911 didn't recommend it, I would be indifferent to it, but I think we need to go with what the 911 system recommends. For your reasons, which is emergency response, and having an orderly transition with numbers.
Yeah.
So you're saying if your neighborhood hasn't done this,
Yeah.
why haven't they recommended that they do it to your street?
Because the subdivisions haven't occurred that are screwing this up. They could.
Basically, they're out of numbers here,
Yeah.
so they can't even assign addresses to these projects that are on hold waiting for this to get fixed now, so it's like an immediate thing.
I'm just thinking about,
Oh, it's
Yeah.
gonna suck.
yeah, I mean,
It's gonna suck.
if I've had the same address my entire life and all of a sudden it changes, that would
Yeah.
be, I
Mhm.
mean, that's part of people's identity
Connor
sometimes.
Pond's
in
gonna be,
some ways.
Connor Pond's the same thing, that
The
they're
name's
changing the name, that's
It's
gonna
spelled
change. Yeah, that's
Right.
gonna change. I mean, it's not as critical as a number, but it's still a change.
I think ultimately we have to side on safety, but it sucks,
Yeah,
honestly.
I agree. So I'll motion to recommend to the assessor to go with what 911 recommends for changing the 44 addresses. Do I have a second? Is there a second?
No one wants to be a second.
I want to thing. I don't
Then
know.
the motion dies and we'll leave it. I mean, that's it. Huh?
Yeah, I don't know enough about it to feel confident voting for what 911 recommends.
Well, we have to take a position on it one way or the other.
Can we do the 4?
I'm gonna let Sue Doyle. Sue Doyle, you have something?
Yeah, are they going towards enhanced 911 where it's all automated going in when you pick up the call, the 911 says, I don't think we're up to that yet. Are they getting ready to do that?
It says, in the email, it refers it to as E911, so I don't know if that means enhanced or emergency, I'm not sure.
Because you know how that will bring the whole thing up to a different level,
Yeah.
make it easier, but if that's long-term out of the
Well, they may be,
question,
because the
you know?
chief said they're going to a new system. That's the whole part of it with
Yes.
the PD increasing their budget, so there is a whole new system coming on
I just don't know the time frame on
with
that.
911.
I just got an email from the sheriff just now, and they know budget's coming up, And I think they want it implemented pretty soon.
Because when you have, not so much like how hard that would be for you probably to remember, but remember the elderly that have always lived at 15 Doors Corner, and then all of a sudden their address changes, and they're calling, but if it's a hands 911, they'll automatically
Pick it up.
know the correct address, but if you're
Right.
relying on the person calling in on that address, that's the difference.
Makes sense, yeah.
I want to add that we live in a world where whether you call from a landline or a cell phone, they can triangulate within 20 feet of where you are. So I feel like for an emergency perspective, the guys are going to know where to go. 99% of 911 calls come through a cell phone, and we can see where the cell phone is within 25 feet.
Okay, well, I made a motion and it died, so if you want to keep it to the floor, make that motion.
I'd like to make a motion that we change only the 4 properties at this point, just because of what Susan just mentioned there, especially, you think about someone who's in their 60s or 70s that's been saying the same address for their entire lives. I
Okay.
Yeah.
So you make the motion, is there a second?
Second.
Okay, I'm gonna oppose that motion. I'm gonna trust 911 and their expertise on this change, and I think pull the Band-Aid off now for the long-term fix on this, so we're not revisiting this in 1, 2, 3, or 4 or 5 years later from now. So that being said, Kyle made the motion, Brian seconded. I'm gonna do a roll call vote on that. Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
And Smith is no. So that's that. All right. So, I think that's it on business. You got any business, TJ, Matt?
Yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know the project to switch to Fidium business is complete now, so anywhere where the town-owned buildings had Spectrum, we won't put the service order in to disconnect and stop paying Spectrum. This should lower our bills, but more importantly, we're getting like gig speed like we're supposed to. So all the places where we have security cameras that we, have bandwidth issues, we won't anymore. And I'm really excited to start this new chapter with technology that can probably be suitable for a decade or two or indefinitely, so.
Nice, modern technology.
Yeah, Armand, Daryl especially was amazing, literally project managed the whole thing for us. Like the value that they bring, spectacular. Even because we had to go to a static IP at the bridge, required several meetings and getting the vendor there to come out and look, it's all done, he did it. So.
Good, excellent. Anything else?
I do have one thing. So I just recently saw that the New Hampshire Snowmobile Museum is losing their space at Bear Brook State Park down in Hooksett. And the DNCR is looking for a place to move this museum to. And where Ossipee is where the snowmobile was invented, it makes a lot of sense to myself and a lot of people I've talked to about trying to find some place in the town of Ossipee to house this museum. Corridor 19 that passes through, where we're also working on the rail trail project, something along there would be ideal, because people could actually stop on snowmobiles in the wintertime to check it out. But I also think it'd be an economic development boon for the town to bring people here. A lot of people do go to that museum. They do have a really good selection of items in the museum. And I think if there was a new place that it was being housed closer to where people are actually snowmobiling these days, because in Hooksett,
Yeah, there's no snow.
there's no snow, it's not like it used to be. I mean, Bear Brook does still open, and people do still sled there, but the season is very short. It would be just a great opportunity if we could find some place
How
in
much
this
square
town.
footage do they need?
I'm waiting to hear,
5,000 square feet.
how much, Brian?
5?
I talked to the director. He said they currently have 5,000 square feet, and that's not enough to house the collection. So they'd be looking for more, and then to include parking because they fill events. It brings a lot. So you'd be looking for over 5,000 square feet, like 2.5 acres.
It's pretty big. I don't have a solution per se, but I wanted to put it out there. I was hoping, maybe somebody in town that sees our meeting might have an idea of where it could be housed. It's a problem that they need to solve very soon, but I mean, where it was invented here, it just makes
Oh,
sense.
it would be so great,
It'd be great.
economically and
It would
the
be
history,
cool.
like you said.
We've already looped in the EDC,
I figured.
the Chamber of Commerce, you know, Edwina Booth shared those with an email we have started going around, just looking for opportunities to see if anybody has any ideas. A bunch of people have thrown out certain properties in town, but, you know, one that was thrown out was the big Moose RV building. I guess the owner just recently passed away.
Yes,
and,
about a year ago.
yeah, and, you know, that property, when I pull the tax card and take a look at it, I mean, it's assessed at $1.7 million and has a $25,000 a year tax bill. So, I mean, I don't know that, you know, that's necessarily the best fit or that anybody could afford that for this particular purpose. But, you know, just want to put it out there in case anyone has any ideas on where we could put it.
Interesting. All right, good, that's good. I'm gonna open up the second public input.
I just
Anything?
wanted to
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, in the public, go ahead, Brian.
No, that's okay. They do have some funding, and you know, I don't know exactly how much. I'm going to speak with the director later today, but I just want to echo what Kyle says. Just absolutely get the word out. And it might take some generosity from someone somewhere, but it's worth every effort to make the push to centralize that museum and put us on the map even more so.
Okay, that's good, thank you.
Yep.
Second public input? Anything? Okay, so,
Questions,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Chief, on the police thing, did that say 10 cameras or 10 tasers? Or
Correct, yes.
Do you, I mean, how many would you need just to get started?
9,
You have that,
yeah,
okay.
yeah, we're almost fully staffed.
they get every officer gets one assigned, you don't share them.
We have one
Well,
open position.
I know that, but I was just, I didn't realize that we had that many at this point. It's
Yeah.
fantastic.
We're only down- we're only
One
down
open position.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
And my other question was, you threw out a number about another ambulance service. What was the initial cost you said, or do you have that paperwork?
No, what I'm saying is, if you were to think, if you needed 24/7 coverage with 2 people per shift.
Right.
Look, our police department budget is only 9, right? We have 9. And we don't even have 24/7 coverage, and the budget's 1.4 million. So think about that. It'd be a similar budget to having ambulance staffing 24/7.
Right.
Appreciate
Has, you know, anybody put those numbers together?
No, we haven't put those together. I'm just comparing it to apple here, just to,
Okay.
yeah, no. We've never explored it, because we're in this contract till what, 2030?
29, I think.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
it's,
so they were finally happy with what, so the contract's now going through?
yeah.
Okay.
I think the fire chiefs were happy with the level of service, right?
Yeah, I heard from one who was, happened to be Dana, who was very complimentary of the improvements.
Okay, good. Well, so long as they approve, we're good. Improve the service, I mean.
They have a net increase of 8 on the staff for our area since we met just a few months ago.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, they hired 10 new and lost 2, so yeah.
What do you do?
Yep.
Okay,
I
okay,
have
Dallas.
something, Dallas. And this has nothing to do with anything, and she brought up the cameras, and I was just reading some things about those cameras, and I would seriously consider whether or not you get Axion cameras or not. You should look into Motorola's from what I'm reading.
The Chinese.
Well, maybe we can't do Motorola, but Axion has some issues. Mostly subscriptions, high cost of subscriptions, high cost of
Very high.
cameras, and ongoing.
Very high.
There are some other options, and you're locked in with them as well. And if you decide to get rid of them, I guess there's issues when you try to, the data files won't go over, privacy and surveillance, there's a whole list of issues with those. So before you sign anything with them, please just make sure you check it out good.
The industry leader is Axon.
They hold 90% of the market. I'm reading the whole
Wow,
thing right now.
90% of the
Yeah,
market?
Yeah.
well, here's the thing, there's only one other company that has tasers, and I think they failed.
Right.
What the draw is the taser.
Yeah.
It's not the cameras, it's not the AI.
Tied in with the camera.
Yeah, everything's tied in with it.
Yeah, but it's the mandatory cloud storage.
Yes. Yes, and that's
a
where the
huge
expense comes in.
expense, Right.
Now, talking about cloud storage, IMC,
Yeah.
everything's gonna be, the new Pro Suite is gonna be cloud storage.
Right.
So that's gonna eliminate the server over at the sheriff's office. So, I mean, it has its drawbacks, but again, Axon
I
is,
just was looking at it, and I was,
Yep.
there's some there's some cons to it. So
And
it's
this-
just,
yes,
you know, it's not
100%.
all pros.
Nope. And I agree with Dallas, there's some cons to it.
Yeah, there's nothing that's perfect.
Nope.
That's-
In my experience with cameras, every time you get into a tussle, they break or fail.
Yes.
That's my experience.
And,
Well, that's not a good selling point for them.
No, it's not, and it happens.
Axion has some
that's what-
issues with volume, you know, picture quality and
Battery life too.
yeah, battery life and, you know, the audio.
My only opposition to it would be, again, it would ultimately, well, the selectmen control the warrant, but taxpayers are getting crushed with general inflation, I mean, including town operations, just to add another $60,000 a year.
It's a lot.
When it's not needed to make the department operate, it has its positives, but it's also a cost, so that's my 2 cents.
Anyway, that's
Yeah.
all I had to say.
Well, thank you,
I
Dallas.
just wanted to
That's
bring that up
good
before you did
information.
anything.
Oh, I know.
Okay, I'm gonna close public input, we have a non-public. I'm gonna go into non-public under RSA 91A3 2A, for such a session 1. Do I have a second?
Second.
Kyle second, roll call Kyle.
Yes.
Brian,
Yes.
and Smith is yes.
Today's my dog's birthday.
It is?
Yeah.
What are you doing here? For the online solid waste, I have to do that.
Yeah. The 8 hour, not the Slave Master.
Just it's actually not even 8 hours now, they do it all online.
Oh, okay.
So, the Waymaster one has to come after this one.
Okay.
You ready?
501.
Okay, it's 5:01, motion to re-enter the public meeting, do I have a second?
Second.
Brian seconded, Brian roll call,
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Smith is yes. I motion to seal the non-public minutes from session 1, which was under A, do I have a second?
Second.
Kyle seconded, roll call Kyle?
Yes.
Brian?
Yes.
Smith is yes. Okay, we forgot to talk about the transfer station regarding staffing and bringing in more support staff due to medical leaves, vacations, etc. So do you want to just hit on that?
Yeah, so, right now, we've had some situations where it's only 2 people at the transfer station. If you go there, you can hardly run it with
Right.
2. We do have some part-time people, but with life that goes on, a lot of time they're not available. And that's pretty strenuous on our 2 full-time guys that have leave time that they need to take, and they can't because it short staffs everybody. So I think we need to have some more per diem people that can be called in when needed. That's a hard thing to do,
Right.
because we've put that out before and nobody ever
Yeah, we tried that in the past.
puts in for it, because it might be 8 hours one week and it might be 0 the next week and it might be 25 the next. So it's a hard thing for someone to do that's not retired or sitting at home, you know, it's a hard thing.
So per diem, on call, who calls? Public Works on the call or Dennis is gonna?
Either me or Dennis, but mostly Dennis.
So Dennis would reach out and say, we need somebody at the transfer station.
Yep.
You got anything, Kyle?
Yes, I think after my time campaigning over there during the Selectmen's race last spring, I kind of enjoyed it over there, and I've got a lot of flexibility in my schedule. I'd like to throw my hat in the ring as a potential per diem on-call person.
Okay.
As I am available as a small business owner, I have a lot of flexibility in my schedule, and I think I'd enjoy the work.
So you're looking to be part-time, on-call, working weekends and all that other crap at the
I'd be
transfer
willing to
station?
do that. Just don't tell my wife that I'm committed to that.
Okay.
Okay. Kyle, Brian, do you have any opinion on that?
Yeah, I think it's good to have a robust per diem or call staff for a position like that where it varies, and if you can avoid a third or fourth full-time employee where there's increased costs to the municipality, it's in the best interest of everyone.
Well, yeah, I agree, go ahead.
Lean into TJ if he's looking for one or two per diems, his guidance there.
Well, it's just a roster, right? So it's like,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt as many as you want, you know. One good thing about having, like, if we had two more, is you'd have a little, Dennis would have more flexibility, like, oh, this guy can't do this week, this guy, but these two can. So that would be, to me, if someone wants to be on per diem, they can be on it. They're gonna have to get certified, they're gonna have to have their solid waste license and their weighmaster's license if they choose to have it. Per diems don't need it, but
Right, part-timers don't.
if they choose to have it, then they have more ability to get hours. So, in my opinion, you can't have enough of them. I mean, it's a hard job to work. It's weekends.
Yeah, Teach, I'd be willing to motion for 2 on-call per diem spots to be added to offset the paid time off that the full-timers enjoy.
Okay, perfect.
Go ahead a second.
Second.
Okay, so you're just motioning to add 2 per diem to the transfer station, that's your motion?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so Kyle seconded, Brian made the motion. Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
Yep, Smith is yes. So you really want to do that?
I would like to, yes. Yes, I think it's a good way to connect with the people in town in a different way than I normally get to. In this role, I enjoyed the conversations that I had with people while I was there, helping them take trash out of their cars and hearing what people had to say about things. And I could use some extra, the off season when we're closed, I could use some extra time working as well for income.
Okay, so then, Brian, do you want to make a motion for Kyle?
Yeah, I will make a motion to employ, well, I mean, TJ, it's up to TJ and Dennis, but for consideration to hire Kyle Copeland for a per diem spot at the transfer station.
Just I need clarification on your motion. We do the hiring, so is your motion to hire Kyle as part-time per diem? Or is your motion to authorize TJ to hire a person for the position? Because ultimately it's our decision. So what is your motion? I just want clarity on your motion.
Yeah, so I would motion to hire Kyle to work per diem part-time at the transfer station.
Okay, that's your motion. Okay, I'll second that motion. Any more discussion? None? Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Kyle?
I recuse myself.
You can, yeah, good. And Smith is yes. So that's fine, you recused yourself. Okay. The other one, position, that's gonna be up to you.
Yep.
Figure it out with,
So do you need a motion to let me hire that person? Or?
well,
Yeah, motion.
So, what was that, Brian?
My motion originally, before the last one, was for TJ to hire 2 spots, and we kind of discussed it's like a roster that.
So remake that motion for TJ to hire the second position per diem.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
All right, so your motion is for authorize TJ to hire the second per diem position in conjunction with Dennis, correct?
Correct.
Okay, I'll second that. Roll call, Brian?
Yes.
Kyle?
Yes.
And Smith is yes. Okay, you clear on that?
Yep.
Okay, yes. All right, so this is another thing. So we have a policy, Brian, you don't have it in front of you. Can you email it to Brian? Do you have access to a computer to read it, Brian?
Yeah, I'm on it. Yep. I'm looking at it.
Matt's gonna email it to you. This is a Board of Selectmen Rules of Procedure. The purpose statement is to clarify, reiterate current New Hampshire laws pertains to public bodies. This kind of stems back, going back a year, Matt, when?
2023,
when
we had that issue.
Yeah, with that last issue with the previous selectman who had to resign, which was coming in and abusing his individual authority, which, as we all know, we don't have any as an individual. So this is just reaffirming that we act as a body, we don't act as individuals. This was kind of worked up with Matt, with the town attorney. It's kind of been forgotten about, because that's just the way things go. But then he brought it back up that it's been sitting and it needs to be done. So I'm gonna let Brian get it You should have it in a minute. Matt just get sent it over to you.
If I lose you, I'll call you right back, John, I gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go?
No.
Oh, in case you have to go, I'm sorry.
It's sent, so whenever
It's
it
sent,
works
so
its way
just-
through the
You'll get it.
cybersphere.
So this just reiterates what we already know.
Right.
So, and it's good because this carries through to, we're gonna have 5 selectmen coming in come March. Who knows who they're gonna be? This reiterates that you don't act as an individual, you act as a body. So, let's get Brian get it and look at it. Do you have any questions or anything on it?
No, just a comment, I did hear about some of the examples of why this was brought into
Yeah.
effect, and it makes a lot of sense to me.
It actually,
Because I can't see myself ever doing the
Right.
things that I heard were done,
Yeah.
so.
It's pretty, some egregious stuff,
Yeah,
but it
yeah.
could be a lot more nuanced and still not be great if we
Seems
don't
like
have
common
a.
sense to me, but I
Yeah.
think we should, signing on to this is probably not a bad thing.
Yeah.
So.
Matt, you already sent me this.
Did I?
Yeah, and we discussed it like a week, maybe 10 days ago. So
good.
you want me to read it for the record?
Well, I wanna know what the
Yeah.
title was.
Yes, I'm gonna read it, just because it's easy. So this is Board of Selectmen Rules of Procedure, purpose statement to clarify and reiterate current New Hampshire laws as pertains to public bodies, limitations of individual authority. And then A, selectmen only have authority in their official action as a board or a quorum thereof. B, members shall make no decisions on behalf of the town or take any action as a town official except upon a majority vote of the board or as allowed by law, including interfering with or directing employees, interrupting workflow of town operations, requesting personnel, confidential files, etc. C, individual selectmen may not meet with any employee individually, in person or via phone without authorization through a majority vote of the board. D, only town employees will be issued a code for town hall second floor entry. E, individual selectmen will have no direct access to the town attorney. All legal conference will be held by the majority of the board, by the chairman of the board, or will be facilitated and communicated through the town administrator. F, employees have a right to file a grievance through the town administrator against individual selectmen who violate the limitations of individual authority herein. So it's pretty basic. It hits on the basic bullet points of how a body operates, and it's just reiterating current law.
Can I make a comment?
Sure.
Should you add something about conflict of interest in there?
How would you,
Well, me add it in there that, the definition of conflict of interest and that a selectman shouldn't be having a conflict, and if they do, how they're supposed to report it.
I guess we could add something to this, to the effect of, if there's a conflict of interest in a matter before the board, that member shall recuse themselves, is that what you're implying?
I mean, it's in law, but.
Yeah, it already is law, but you can add that,
Put it in there,
you
so
wanna add that to
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Make that G?
It's a small town.
You got anything?
No.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
And just keep in mind, just because a conflict of interest is reported, it doesn't mean they can't, they can't be part of it. It
Right.
just means they have to kind of just report it.
Right,
Like, for example, I can't vote for myself to be hired for a
Right.
position. Made sense to recuse myself in that situation.
yeah,
Or if you're gonna get any financial
benefit.
benefit from any decision made. you
Right.
need to- That happened up at the county
Mm-hmm.
today.
Yeah, that's a good one, we'll put it in there, let Matt do it.
Like if you find a snowshoe at the dump and you're gonna sell it at your antique store, you gotta cruise yourself.
Why, you're
The only one I've ever seen at the dump was like strung together with this weird string, and it didn't really look like it was worth selling, but thanks for the point. Inside joke.
This is the longest meeting we've had in a while.
Yeah.
It's a lot of bugs.
When we first, we just banter now, but when I first got elected, we had so many long meetings, remember, the Honorable Ed? We had a lot to talk about with this town. Now we're pretty smooth, fortunately.
Can't all be 15-minute meetings, right?
No.
You haven't got to use your free McDonald's toy stopwatch.
This?
Yeah.
I bought this from Amazon, works like a champ.
Finding Nemo.
It was 2 for like $5.
Yeah. Probably doesn't even tell that.
It knows how to count down.
I don't know, there might have been some nuance that I didn't capture or screwed up, but
And that could be the one we assign, because that's the only correct one at the moment. Right.
So G, tell me if I get the essence of what you're saying. Matt put, for matters that come before the board that cause a conflict of interest, any such selectman shall recuse him or herself from any relevant votes. Is that what you're implying?
I think
I
it's
think
good.
that's pretty good. So what were you saying about missing something on this?
Just wanna make sure that sentence meets.
Oh,
the
yeah, I
needs
think it's
of-
good. And again, this is a policy that can be amended, but.
And number 2.
Oh, yeah, and I forgot, and remote attendance, remote participation is allowed per RSA 91A23, subject to a physical quorum being present. That's already current law. Just reiterating that. So, Brian, you have any questions before I motion to approve this?
No, I like it. It helps break down the fundamentals, and it kind of helps these two new selectmen that are going to get a guideline as to how we operate.
Yep. You got anything to add on this? Or?
No, just a question, I guess procedurally, will we re-sign this again next year with everyone kind of a thing? or-
You don't have to, so policies stand until the board makes a vote to change them.
But I would
Yeah.
include it in any materials, like.
For training for them?
Yeah.
Coming on,
Yeah,
yeah.
correct.
Yeah, so they know, they were.
So I'll motion to approve the Board of Selectmen Rules of Procedure as read with that amendment.
Second.
Any more discussion? Seeing none, roll call, Brian,
Yes.
Kyle,
Yes.
and Smith is yes. So I'll sign this copy. And then
And
pass
I'll
it
send
there.
it to-
Brian, sign this next time you come into Matt's office, because you're a part of this.
Be there tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so sign it tomorrow.
Your
Okay.
Wi-Fi is terrible tonight.
Yeah, you're bad. Yeah. Okay, I got nothing else. You got anything?
I'd just like to make an announcement for the newspaper that I now have a Town of Ossipee shirt,
Yeah.
2 of them,
Oh, nice.
that I can wear to the meetings,
Right.
so I can look like everyone else.
Or possibly at the transfer station.
Or possibly the transfer station.
Oh, you get blue ones there.
So at the transfer station, Dennis is actually your boss. You gotta
I'm aware.
understand
I'm
that.
very aware, very
He's
aware.
gonna be your boss, and you gotta reiterate that to Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, where me in the part-time, I'm kind of my own man, I'm my own, although I run things by you.
You report to me.
I do, no, but I
You know
do.
it.
Remember the other day, I call you, Matt, I gotta do this, you're like, okay, I mean, I run things by him all the time. Try to keep that line
I'm
separated.
taking his truck away, so.
Okay, anything else?
I'm ready to go home.
I'm gonna motion to adjourn.
Noodles.
Second, roll call, Kyle,
Yes.
Making my own.
Smith, yes, Brian?
Yes.
Okay, we are adjourned.
This stack that we have here.
That's for next
Are
week's,
you literally making the
okay.
noodles
So we can
themselves?
review it.
yeah, you can review them. We don't make them come in anymore, because they come into the budget committee, and at least for me, it's the same, I think, every year.
Makes sense.
And they give good details that you can review in advance.